Hey traders, this is Ron Haight. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As always, everything in this presentation is for educational purposes only. The broad markets are bullish. That's easy to say. We'll cover more of that in the weekend video, but as of tonight, it's all about earnings. So we have Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon, the big hitters out. So here's Facebook, closed at 234. We're trading at 248. They beat on almost all their numbers. So apparently the advertisers that are walking away were offset with everybody else being stuck home and I guess on Facebook. Now, the all-time high here is at 250. We need to close above that. So if I show you, you can just do all the data. You can see that's the all-time high up there. So let's go back into a 6-month chart. We need to get above there. If we can close above that 250.15, that is a clear-cut breakout. Now, even though the stock is gapping up like $14 right now as of 6:54 p.m. Eastern on the 30th, a lot can happen tomorrow. Even tonight yet, these could be reversed. There could be a gap up tomorrow morning. Then it's like, hey, sell the news. We get a pullback, here into the end of summer. We don't know what's going to happen. That's why the close is so important. We close at new highs. That is a clear-cut technical breakout. There's no overhead supply. There's no overhead resistance. And off we go is the technical theory. So let's see what happens. Again, I would put alerts at that 250.15. We close above there. Its bulls are on the rampage. Now here's Apple. They closed at 384. They had a fantastic report from what I've read. They're now trading at 407. That's another $22, $23 higher, new all-time highs, and it's a 4-for-1 stock split. 4-for-1. So now the stock's going to be down about $100. One of the things that I believe is pushing this market also higher, besides the pure lunacy aspect, but there's these things called slices. I think Schwab's doing it, Robinhood's doing it, where if you wanted to buy one share of Apple, it's $384. You want to buy 10 shares, add a zero. 100 shares, 38 grand. It's very, very expensive. And if you're younger or older, but you just don't have a whole lot of money that's available for trading, you can't go buying chunks of these shares. But with slices, with pieces of these shares, you now can. And it's adding some extra, it's almost adding new capital. It is adding new capital in a sense to the market. It's a new round of buyers until they get all, quote, washed up and digested, if you will. So that runs out. So that puts some energy behind these stocks. Apple going 4-for-1 split, that makes it more expensive as well. If I was a shareholder, I love that idea. If Amazon and Google did it, holy mackerel, that could put some lightning under those as well. So Apple looks like it's going to go to close at new all-time highs on Friday, at least kind of open there. If it closes there, sky's the limit. Now, Google not moving very much just yet. It closed at 1538. We're at 1548. So same thing like Facebook, same thing like Apple. I want to see new all-time highs. If that happens, there we go. No overhead supply. Amazon destroying everything. They closed up $18, 3,051. You can see here 32. Now that does not put us at all-time highs just yet. We still do have this double top in play. Now this I find interesting. They blew away everything. The stock's up huge. It's double since the March low. And that's a joke in itself, right? So this is going to be really, really important. What I would watch for on Amazon, the open here was 32.51. The open here, 32.32. The high was 32.40. I would say this. We close, what was that open? 32.51. We close above there. I think that's good enough for a breakout. I don't know if we actually have to go all the way up to 33.44. As of right now, this could be considered the flagpole. This is the flag. We have a bit of a pennant going. It's also a trading range. It's also a double top. Above 32.51, that's a breakout. 33.44, complete breakout. Now, getting back to my point, Amazon hasn't broken that yet here in after hours. We're at 32.08. We're 120, 30 points. Could this be, quote, everything good being priced into Amazon and maybe it puts a lid on the stock? We'll have to wait and see, and we'll cover that in Sunday's video. I'll be very curious to see how Amazon, of all of them, trade tomorrow. Really quick here, I had a question on NVIDIA. This stock is in a bull flag. Here's the flagpole. Here's the flag. It closed up today. The high is 431.69. We closed at 421. I wouldn't even use that tip there. I would actually go to these opens, and you're pretty much right on it. A couple dollars tomorrow, this is a breakout. This stock still looks really, really strong. And the question was, is it looking toppy? Do we have a double top? In my personal opinion of using technical analysis, not a chance. This looks really good, really strong. Now, their next earnings report, and one thing we can do here with Thinkorswim is just go back to a 12-month chart, They had earnings in the middle of August. Right now, it's just running into earnings. It's looking really, really strong. Tesla was another question. I get asked a lot about Tesla. Tesla is still holding above the red line, which is the 20-day exponential moving average. Do we have potentially a double top? Absolutely. Do we have bearish engulfing from 723 to 722? Absolutely. But we haven't even gotten below the red line. So are there yellow signs, caution flags? Yep. Have we broken down? No. The first sign of a breakdown is going to be a close below the 20-day EMA, where the bulls would lose the edge on the daily chart over that 20-day period. And then how about Shopify? I had a question on this one. They were down just about 0.5% today. You look at their earnings report, it was back on the 29th, which was yesterday morning. So we had the gap up and a pullback. The question is, does this mean that the stock has reached its crescendo? Has it finally maxed out all the exuberance? And my answer is I don't know yet, because we don't have enough technical information. All that's happened, if I zoom in, here were the all-time highs. The stock went up to 1100, which is shocking considering where it was just a few months ago. We closed lower than where we opened. So if I zoom in again, we opened top left, we closed lower right. That's why it's a solid green candle. And the reason it's green is we still closed higher than the previous day, but it's a solid green because we closed lower than where we opened. Today, there was some selling pressure. We filled the gap, but we closed up near the highs of the day with I would say, sort of average to above average volume. There's nothing wrong with Shopify's chart here. All it's doing is consolidating. If we can close back to new all-time highs, that would be a breakout. Technically, that's really bullish. I would even say this. If we can close above this price, previous day's close is 1053. We close above 1053, which is only another $5-6. It's still in breakout territory. This would be a rip up, a pullback, and then here we go. So Shopify could be something to watch as well. So overall, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Amazon, all higher. Google's the laggard, doing the worst. Apple, 4-for-1 stock split. I think that's going to be huge for the stock. It's going to allow more folks to own it at a cheaper price now at $100 when it does split, or whatever the price is on the day it splits. And I want to keep an eye on Amazon just to see if is everything now finally priced in and we start to see some pullback. If not, holy moly, August might start out on fire. So wish you guys all the very best. There will be a weekend video. I'll have it out probably Sunday evening, and we'll do a review of major indexes, gold and silver, and of course, these companies that just had earnings this evening. So again, have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend ahead. See you Sunday.